Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Reginald here. Bolters are so back. I made some suggestions on the bolt gun and bolt pistol some time back, and it seems like something pretty close to what I wanted got shipped this patch. I guess Fat Shark is smiling down on me or something. This is what that means for you, and yes, there will be data for the data god. Number 1, first and most controversial, Carapace armor buffs. I will say I was opposed to this, but they are pretty minor, or at least that's how they appear. I don't know what method JTC used to test this, but he claimed before the patch that Crushers took 8 body shots to kill with a bolter, and at least with mine, it still does. But it's also almost 7 now. I suspect the breakpoint is easier to get to 7, and with the right buffs, maybe less. I killed all 4 at absolute best with the left tree min-maxed vet build before running out of ammo in the mag, with enemies around to trigger pinning fire off of. That isn't insane considering I can do this with the Zerona revolver with the same build. However, for further comparison, I happen to have some old data laying around from patch 11. With the old Chastise behavior, a bolter could drop 4 crushers in 2 mags in 8.14 seconds, and without Chastise, it could do it in 16.22 seconds, and 3 mags. In patch 14, I have a test for a vet with some kind of unrecorded executioner stance build, so I couldn't copy it, at 8.36 seconds and 2 mags. My Zealot test for this patch came back with 2 mags at 8.14 seconds with no Chastise against 4 Crushers. It is stronger due to a lack of ability use, but not technically faster than what could have been achieved in patch 11 in real terms. My vet test did surprise me after my tests in Psychonium. I killed all 4 in 1 mag at just 2.18 seconds. That's a little worrying, but let's just see how things play out over time. After playing with the nerf bolt guns in Space Marine 2 for the last little while, it is very satisfying to finally have the Psychonic weapon punching everything over with just a few mags. Number 2, Sway was reduced from 1.0 to 0.3. This is intended as a band-aid and is meant to make the transition from hipfire to ADS more consistent. We go from this to this, which helps. They did say the ADS jank issue is deeper and will take some time to fix, so I will take the band-aid as a solid W and be patient with the real fix. In the meantime, I actually did discover exactly which deep systematic interaction they are talking about, or at least I have a good guess. I'd like to explain what is going on and how you can avoid it. Look at this footage. Do you see any ADS jank? No. Now look at this footage. Yikes. Okay, what changed? It's simple. I moved my mouse. There is some kind of, I believe the word here is interpolation, going on between the aim being bounced by recoil, the natural weapon sway, and the updating position of your point of aim when you move your mouse. Whether I have the technical details wrong or right, it is helpful enough to think of it this way because it tells you what not to do. If you're firing on the same target more than once while holding ADS, just don't move your mouse. It will settle back to your point of aim. If you do move your mouse, be a little bit more patient for your aim to settle more so you don't catch the funny bounce. It's one of those problems you're going to have to work around for now until they fix it. Number 3, hit scan radius was expanded for bolter rounds. Few know this, but the revolver has a projectile the size of a redwood log and a headshot favoritism. This is why it feels so nice to shoot. This has been extended to the bolter in one degree or another, and will basically just add consistency when shooting at longer ranges or full auto. I see this as a big positive. I'm all for Giga Chad hard maxing while cucking all the aimlets and all that, but I also like to have fun in my video games, and weird feeling misses have been a plague on the bolter. This also helps fight the aim jank issue by making hits a bit more probable, even if you jump somewhere slightly off target. Number 4 is limb penetration. If the projectile fires through a limb and is going to hit the body or head, it will hit that instead. This is a huge improvement to the bolters. It's not quite what I asked for, but I will Karking take it. Consistency is a big win in favor of this absolutely iconic weapon because its real damage remains quite good. It was just getting nerfed by random limb hits. Number 5, infested buffs. Finally, I can 1 or 2 shot for a dog and punching through poxwalkers and killing a bunch of them, and you can actually quickly kill poxbursers. This is an absolute victory for the iconic bolt gun. It finally feels good against all of the enemies instead of feeling bad randomly against chaff. Number 6, draw time. This was reduced by 0.4 seconds. I wanted 0.5 seconds. I actually favor it being a bit longer, so in my opinion 1.6 seconds total is a solid number. Number 7, improved stagger properties is a good thing. The most important detail about this is that you can now open up bulwark shields more easily. Number 8, the bolt pistol got Cleave. It's not quite enough to punch through the thicker flak boys like bruisers, but it works just fine for boring holes in shooters and poxwalkers. This is crucial for its consistency against specialists, which it needs as it's competing with the revolver for this role. It also literally doubles in its effectiveness into hordes or dense shooter groups. That's a big buff and a worthy one too. Number 9. The gun punch into shoot animation thing has been sped up, and I don't care because I don't use it much, but it exists and it's technically a buff. So what's the verdict really? Well, yeah, that's great. Both bolt weapons are absolutely usable now, with the majority of their problems being resolved or at least band-aided. They're very satisfying weapons, and that's not even accounting for the new blessings being added like puncture on the bolt gun. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this quick overview. The bolter weapon changes are not enormous, but they were impactful, and they have made these weapons much more viable as a choice. I'm pleased with the outcome of these buffs, and I hope I get to see more people using these truly iconic weapons because, frankly, they're cool to watch, and it's great to have very 40k weapons get used more than just, I don't know, basic rifles. With that, that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for visiting. Bye-bye.